Hey guys, it's B. Welcome back to Unify. I'm here for another week ahead reading for you guys. I am so sorry to ghost on you again. If you're curious about what I've been up to, I did make another video right before this that goes into that. So if you're interested, go ahead and check that out. It should be on my channel under a playlist called Be Real. So yeah, you can find that there. But with that said, I'm going to go ahead and just dive right in. If this is your first time being here, welcome. If you have come to my channel before, welcome back. I'm going to run really quick through how I read so you know what's happening. I'm going to pull overall energy for the upcoming week with my traditional Rider-Waite Smith deck. I'm going to go into things that you can expect throughout the week with my Threads of Fate deck, and as well as how you can move through that energy, what actions to take, what best way to navigate through things with my Angel Oracle deck. And then we'll get a closing card from my Seed and Sickle deck, which is this one you can't see down here, the blue one. So yeah, I also got some crystals. Guys, the crystals I got this week felt called to Moonstone. This is a rainbow moonstone. Can't really see in this light, but it is really cool and beautiful. It has blue like reflections. And then I have an emerald. And then both of these are aquamarine. I just felt like I needed both. I don't know why. But both of those were really calling out to me. So those are the crystals that I have this week. And it's interesting because, you know, I looked them up after I pulled them. I don't remember what all of them do. I know the basic meaning of them based off of their color. But outside of that, you know, in depth, I really don't have crystals memorized by any means at all. But after researching them, it's interesting how they all have to do with healing and releasing trauma and opening up your heart chakra and communicating and all of that. The aquamarine especially, I pulled two of those, and I thought that one specifically is about courage and confidence. Let's see. Encouraging the release of negative energy and promoting the flow of positive energy, balancing the emotions and promoting emotional stability. And they all have similar, you know, traits to them. But this one in particular, I think, was the only one that was talking about courage and confidence. Now that's just based off of the very minimal research I've done. There may be, you know, that meaning may be associated with emerald and moonstone as well, but I thought that was interesting. Especially if you went and watched my last video, or if you go watch it after this, you'll see why I feel like these really tie into that energy and the things I was talking about there. So I thought that was cool. And once we get into the reading, we will see how those tie into this week. So let's go ahead and see. I already shuffled and cleared these decks prior to hopping on, but just so you guys can see. Let's see if I can shuffle this way. I try not to do this because I don't want to. These especially, you can see they're so slippery. These cards are plastic, and so it's just easier to kind of keep a hands on them this way. But all right, Spirit, what do we have for the week ahead? That one. I'm feeling this, and this, and that, and that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And ooh, guys, there's a lot of energy coming through, maybe because I haven't read in a while. I'm gonna get 7 cards, and I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave it there because I don't want it to be too much. And if I feel like at the end I should, you know, pull a few more, then that's what I'll do. But let's start here. You have the 8 of Cups, the 9 of Swords, the King of Pentacles, make sure you guys can see these, 3 of Cups, Ace of Wands, Death, and the High Priestess. 7 cards for 7 days. So we're definitely transforming some energy here with this Eight of Cups and Nine of Swords popping up first for the beginning of the week. For me personally, that already resonates. We'll see what happens in the next couple of days, dear God. But yeah, just start to finish, it's definitely a transformation into personal power, finding reasons to celebrate new beginnings and taking action on new beginnings and new inspiration, having this transformation, maybe leaving a piece of you behind that you no longer need, no longer serves you, or maybe, with this death too, it's almost giving me like a long-term situation. It's not like a, ending. It's one of those things that you've been wanting to transmute for some time, and this is that thing that's just kind of been lingering, be that a belief, mindset, or habit that is finally falling away. That's what this feels like, something that has been just, you've been slowly chipping away, and it's just like tick, you finally got the last little bit, and it's like, okay, gone, transformation. And then to this High Priestess energy, it's giving me like having this huge enlightened moment, this awakening after this transformation, really feeling like you've gotten in touch with your inner self, that you've gained a lot more insight on who you are with this High Priestess. But let's get into the nitty-gritty of this. Let's get like more detailed information. So let's go back over to this Eight of Cups. So that is talking about walking away from something that is no longer working, something that's not emotionally fulfilling. It could be draining even. It could be something that you've been really hanging on to or trying to make work. It could be a relationship, a career, like I mentioned before, a habit, a belief. It could be anything really, but whatever it is, it's not working, it's not fulfilling. And so because of that, this week we really are walking away. And this makes sense. I don't know if you guys, keep up with astrology, but, we had Mercury retrograde, and we're still in the retrograde, and we're still in the shadow period of that until the 20th. And, so we're still experiencing some emotional turmoil. There could be some miscommunication or just different things still coming up that need to be let go of and transmuted so that we can move into what we really want for ourselves. And so that's what this Eight of Cups is coming across as. It is coming across as you walking away, us collectively severing those ties. There could be things that you were like, oh, I leave this in 2023, and then so the next day and you're like, shit, it's still here. It's like finally, again, this is like that final cutoff as we move out of the shadow and into the real new year, which is April 1st. And so yeah, you can expect that, and this will be different for everybody, and it'll be different extremities as well. For some people it might be something very simple, but for others it might be something that is a little more difficult to let go of. But ultimately it's realizing that that is what is needed and taking those steps forward into something unknown. With these mountains too here, it may be that you've been avoiding walking away from something because it seems like a challenge to do so. It seems like, it's easier to stay and be in pain than to go off and do something that I've never done before, or to try to make a new home or name for myself. A lot of people feel that way. And that's what these mountains represent. They represent challenges that have to be overcome, but it's ultimately leading to something so much better. So, this is about having that realization and taking that step, because what's waiting for you on the other side of Eight of Cups is the 9 and the 10 and then the Courts. And the 9 and the 10 of Cups are talking about having everything that fulfills you, being emotionally fulfilled and sustained and happy, and having support and just being fulfilled, really being fulfilled with things that really actually make the real you happy, not things that bring temporary joy into your life. And so it's always worth it to walk away from these things. So keep that in mind when this comes up for you, whatever it may be. Moving on, we've got the 9 of Swords. So this is talking about being really, really bogged down, really paralyzed in a sense by your thoughts and feelings about something. This could be you, a belief, a fear. This is like anxiety, depression. This is losing sleep because your thoughts are haunting you, your beliefs are haunting you. And it too with this blanket here, it talks about, you know, you using, it's like, even though you're dealing with this, here we go. Even though you're dealing with this, you're just kind of throwing a band-aid on it. That's what the blanket kind of represents. The blanket represents comfort. And so it's like you're staying in your comfort zone, even though you're super uncomfortable there with this Eight of Cups and Nine of Swords. That combination is just like no emotional fulfillment, lots of anxiety and stress, feeling isolated, feeling like you just don't have anything, like you don't know where to go next, what to do next. You don't have like a lot of will left. That's what that feeling is. And it's just like you try to cover that up instead of processing the emotions or walking away. You try to cover it up with whatever your thing is to distract yourself. Social media, like going and, you know, partying, watching, you know, just binge watching shows, sleeping all day, just like, you know, do anything and everything you could possibly do to avoid actually doing the work and processing this. So what this is looking like, because this is at the beginning of the week here, it's just like these next couple of days are going to be about really like looking at this stuff, because we got the King of Pentacles after that, and that talks about like stability and groundedness and fertility in the aspect of like the material world. And we're not able to manifest these things for ourselves from this place. So there is a release happening. And again, it could be easier said and done for other people, for some, than it is going to be for other people. Like if you've already been, you know, awakening to these things and doing the work and slowly removing stuff from your life, then, you know, this might just be, you know, your last couple of days having to deal with this energy. For others, if you're just starting out, it might be, or if it's something that you've been avoiding, let's say that, it might be something that's a little more difficult to move through. But again, it's worth it. It's going to be worth it, because we're moving into new waters, new beginnings, and we're finding our true selves with this High Priestess. That's really giving me like, because that energy is like when you go within, it's inner wisdom, it's getting to know your own heart and soul, your inner truth, your intuition, your personal beliefs, and spiritual awakening as well. And so this transformation is definitely a transformation, because we have the Death card as well. This transformation is bringing you closer to who you really are and what you're really here to do. So don't fret over this energy. Life happens in cycles, and the lows are meant to catapult you higher. Like I always think about that energy like a slingshot. Like sometimes you have to be pulled back so that you can take off. And this, don't let little setbacks, especially if it's like, you know, if you're already aware, don't let it rule you or be the determining factor for where you could be tomorrow or even in a couple of hours. You know, like go into the situation with the awareness that it's happening for you, not to you. So with that, we're going into this King of Pentacles. This again talks about stability in the physical sense. This is somebody who is very accomplished. They handle their money right. They're respected in their community. People look up to them. This is also Taurus energy. And Taurus, give me a second here. Yeah, this is somebody who's very, the word I'm trying to look for is very determined as well. This is somebody who, somebody who really gets things done. And I feel like that's you. I feel like you're letting this go, and you're finally like, okay, like time to really dive into what I'm trying to create for myself, the life I'm trying to create for myself. And I feel like this Death card over here, even though it's over here toward the end of the week, this is like Friday energy, it's very much just the final closing on this. Like if you've been dealing with depression and anxiety and feeling emotionally unfulfilled and detached and alone and all these other, you know, low vibrational and unfortunate feelings for a long time, this is the ending of that, like for good. This is you, you know, transitioning into a place where these thoughts and feelings no longer control you. You're in control here with this King of Pentacles energy. You're grounded. You finally balance this shit and you're just like, forget it. Look at, he's like, look how his head is turned over here too. Like there's no looking back. He's like, you know what? I did that and I got so strong, you know, from that. Like it's time to build. You know, this is you building a strong future for yourself. This is not only building a strong future, but this is having really solid, strong foundations to build it on. It's like once you transmute all this, there's nothing else like, you know, wavy, making shit confusing for you. It's like you have that mental clarity to move forward on a consistent, this is consistent, persistent, long standing, like Pentacles last. This is long-term generational energy where you're really setting the stage for your future success. And this is like something where you create success that lasts for generations, because 10 of Pentacles, really, if that card was here, that's what it represents. It's like that generational wealth, but that's beneath the king. Like the king is already set and done all that shit and he has his own empire, you know? So this is you really stepping into your power and grounding in the energy that is the king. And the kings too in the tarot, it's that masculine energy, which is very like masculine is very just like intellect based and logic and reason and that kind of thing. It's not a lot of like, you know, intuition and nurturing. That's more the feminine energy. So with this is you being prepared to take on new things as well, because you have the knowledge to back it up. And this is like, you know, like you did your homework, you went through the ringer to get here, you've experienced loss, you've experienced having a balance with the 2 Pentacles, you've experienced a lot of different shit to get here, you planted your seeds, you did the work, and now it's like, you know what to do next. And I really feel that, you know, starting out, this is Tuesday, so starting out, this is like, you know, you really standing on a solid foundation and you really standing in your own power and you really looking forward to the future and on solid ground too. It's no longer being uncertain about what's to come next. It's having that clarity and knowing that you're good. With the King of Pentacles, nobody's moving him. You got all these grapes, like this is abundance. This is just like abundance. I wouldn't be surprised either with this 3 of Cups and Ace of Wands coming right after this, if in the middle of the week, you guys, like somebody gets some sort of offer or opportunity with this, because the Ace of Wands talks about a new opportunity or embarking on a new opportunity, a new adventure. And then the 3 of Pentacles or 3 of Cups talks about partnerships and community and support and celebration. And so there could be, you know, some sort of offer coming in the middle of the week here, or this could be you just really embracing this energy of letting go of this pain over here, or like finally understanding it, understanding the purpose that it has in your life and how it's been working for you, and then putting that using that to help you to move forward and create these solid foundations. And that could be like this celebratory energy as well, where you're like finally breaking away from this negativity and just celebrating the fact that you're able to use your pain in order to gain. And it definitely feels like that a little bit with that, like, you know, it could be either or. Yeah, it's definitely feeling like there's some sort of celebration happening. I don't know why I'm really noticing, and for the first time, this pumpkin down here. I'm curious, what is the meaning behind that? It's giving me like, I'm thinking about Cinderella looking at it, like as I was typing in my computer, like spiritual meaning of a pumpkin. It's giving Cinderella, like this is giving a like a level up energy. And there's three, it's like, you know, her and her stepsisters kind of thing, except they're getting along here and the stepsisters aren't evil. But this is giving like glow up energy. And threes in general do talk about us taking on some sort of new, you know, this is after making some sort of decision. So this is like going off on an adventure or like celebrating or I'm trying to envision the other cards here, but I'm having a hard time. Sorry. But yeah, this is definitely giving Cinderella energy. So this is again that like transforming something. This could be miraculous too. Ooh, it's definitely feeling that, especially with that Cinderella vibe. Like this could be like miraculous. Like you're beat down, you're down and out, you're tired, everybody's against you, or at least you feel that way. And then there's just this magical transformation. It could again be an offer coming in because in Cinderella, you know, the fairies come find her, or no, it was one fairy godmother. I'm thinking about another movie. But they come find her and, you know, or she finds her and, you know, does the magic so she can go to the ball and turns the pumpkin into the carriage and da da da. And that's kind of how this feels. It's like there's some sort of miraculous, random offer that's coming in that feels like a level up. I do want to say, guys, too, I'm about to read about this pumpkin thing because I feel like there's more to that. But if you do get an offer, just, you know, be mindful if you got any contracts or anything like that, especially since we're still in that shadow period of retrograde. Just make sure you read things thoroughly and you don't sign until you really know you have a good understanding. Ask all the questions too. Don't be afraid to be that annoying person. Well, you know, who cares? Like, you need to look out for you and know what you're getting yourself into in any circumstance. So if there is an offer that seems, you know, huge and, you know, you want to take it, some sort of opportunity, just make sure that you've done your research before you dive into anything so that you know that you're getting what you're expecting. So there's no unhappy surprises. All right, pumpkins. Gratitude, generosity, harvest, and abundance. They also represent potential as each pumpkin is packed full of seeds, and we'll go on to make even more pumpkins. That makes total sense. So yeah, planting seeds, and it's heavy abundance and prosperity with this pumpkin. And then we have this King of Pentacles here. So yeah, there could again be some major offer coming in that really caught my attention this time, and I think that's the first time I've seen the pumpkin on here. There's so many little details in these cards, so many little things, and every single thing up here is intentional. I don't know if you guys know that, but so, you know, as a reader, as I read, I notice other little things, and that's the first time I saw that. So yeah, anyway, an offer could be coming through. I think that's what this celebration is. If you've been feeling at the end of your rope, like in any way, shape, or form, and like you're like, gosh, like how am I going to get out of this? I've tried everything and da-da-da. Like if you're looking for a job and you've been applying for jobs for some time now and you've not been able to find one, or you keep getting rejected, or you go on interviews and they don't call you back, whatever happens, and you're just like, why? Like this is so hard. I'm reaching the end of my rope. Like I don't know what else to do. And then all of a sudden this offer comes through. Somebody's like maybe been watching and wants to reach out to you. Maybe you're what somebody's looking for and you get scouted. That's what it's called. You're scouted. It could be something miraculous like that with this Ace of Wands. Like, and I know this is like day by day, but it's also kind of a collective energy. So I'm reading the whole pile, not just each card necessarily, but so I don't want to hold like too tight to like when things will happen, but just that they will this week. And so, yeah, there could be a new offer coming in with this Ace of Wands. It could be you, either a new offer or you starting something new, a passion project, a new hobby, replacing what you had to leave behind with what you actually want in your life, what lights you up, what feels right, and can help you move forward into the next phase of your life. can help put you in the position to be aligned with the things that you truly want for yourself. And now, because you've done this release, you have room for this to come in and be received, or time for you to go and seek what you're looking for. You know, we have to let go in order to receive. It's a flow. We're not meant to be hoarders and just take. We have to give too, and give and release in order to receive. And so it's like you're shedding all this shit, this 8 of Cups, the 9 of Swords, fuck all that, and then you get these blessings in return because you finally let this go. You might be thinking you're not enough. You might be thinking that you might be carrying shame or pain or whatever from whatever, and finally realizing this shit's not mine. This doesn't make me happy. Done. Garbage. And then you finally get to move into this new beginning, like with this Ace of Wands here, a new passionate, fiery beginning. And then back to this Death card, we already kind of touched on it quite a bit, but yeah, this transformation into finding yourself. We're going to go both of these at the same time. And I'm looking at this kid down here on the Death card. There's 4 characters, or 4 people in the Death card. Looking at this kid down here at the bottom. If you look, they all have different reactions to seeing death coming upon them. We have the priest who's trying to beg not to be taken. We have the woman who is trying to pretend that she doesn't see what's about to happen. She's trying to pretend that this new beginning doesn't need to start. And then we have this man here who's just like not even trying. He's just like, forget it, like, take me, you know. But then we have this child who's not scared, who's not begging, and who's kind of welcoming death, you know. He's just curious, and he's like, you know, what could be on the other side of this transformation? And it's a new beautiful beginning with the sunrise that they have in the background here. The white horse too. White represents purity, clarity, peace, love, honesty, all those beautiful feelings. That's God energy. White. And so this is a transformation that's meant to happen in your favor. And we're all meant to, when these times come, yeah, it's hard, especially if it's a literal physical death. But when it comes to these times, time to release, we're meant to be this child. We're meant to welcome this change. Because when something's dead, it's just like, okay, like let's say physically, if you fall ill and you get like necrosis or sepsis or some shit, if you don't get whatever cut out of you removed, your whole body will die. And it's same thing if it's spiritual, emotional, whatever, mental. If you keep holding on to parts of you that have died or fallen, you know, what's the word, critically ill, then the whole rest of you will begin to deteriorate as well. And so when it comes to these cycles, you guys, like, don't resist change. Because when you resist change and you resist going through this cycle and closing it, you end up having to do it again. And trust me, it's going to be worse. It's going to be harder. It's going to be more painful because you've made more attachments. You've dug your claws in deeper. And so when those shits get ripped out of you or whatever, like, it's going to hurt worse. It's going to be harder. You're going to have more to lose. So take this stuff as it comes. Honor where you've been and release it. And welcome in what's coming for you, because it's always going to be better. It's always going to be better. Why would you want to keep, you know, a dead finger or whatever the fuck, you know? Like, why? You wouldn't. So same thing with your heart and your soul. Let that shit go, as they say. We have the High Priestess. With this death comes transformation, obviously, but it's a big transformation. This is transformation into you. Again, it's like another spiritual awakening. This could be the awakening too, not necessarily a spiritual awakening, but an awakening of gifts. I just got that. There could be some other gift, or something along those lines that you have and are not currently aware of that will come to light out of this darkness, out of this going within, out of this letting go. Again, like I said earlier, you have to let go in order to receive. You got to make room for things to come into your life. And I feel like with this making room, whatever this gift is big. I feel like you're letting go of something big and you're receiving something even bigger. Because maybe you have a little room for something new, but not quite enough, you know? And so you just make a little more space. You just let go of a couple more things and bam, you can see the future. Maybe literally. I don't fucking know. And then the pomegranates as well. This symbolizes like fertility and abundance, intuition, being able to tap into your subconscious mind at will is what I'm getting with this moon here at her feet. She also is holding the Torah in her hands. It's like standing on your faith, honoring that. Being clear enough to make decisions. This is the 2 as well in the major arcana is talking about you making choices. And this is like knowing your truth so deeply that it's clear what choice needs to be made. And it's a lot easier now too because you've already done some releasing. It's like, okay, you have to release again. All right. Or I have to go over there. Okay. And so you can look forward to that collective, look forward to new opportunities, look forward to tapping deeper into yourself, your truth, your identity, your passion, your gifts especially. This is definitely a period where there's gonna be some gifts coming through for people, a lot more awakenings I'm feeling. A lot more awakenings. Some of y'all are gonna be activated this week is what I'm feeling. Yeah, you're about to be online, highest speed internet in your brain. Ooh, okay, I guess this one, we got channel. So, on being activated and maybe having some psychic abilities, we got this one too. Mundane. That's the first time I got that one. Is it upside down? I think yeah, it was. Channel, mundane, let's put those there, and dream. Let me see, do I feel like getting more cards? Yep. That boy. And that one. Okay. Let's put this back. Let's move these up. Channel, mundane, dream. Guys, pay attention to your dreams right now too. I know I say that like every video, and I'm sure like every other psychic says it too, but like it's really important to pay attention to your dreams. That's where you'll find answers. That's where tapping into your subconscious mind at will. That's where I go talk to well, that's where we all go to talk to our subconscious. That's how our subconscious communicates with us, is through our dreams. But some of y'all might start being able to lucid dream if you don't already, or if you already lucid dream, you might start being able to have some more control over that, to where you can at will tap into your subconscious. And yes, that's real. I do that. It's not necessarily at will. It's like I know where I am and I know how to get into my subconscious mind. Like I have like a house, a dream house. Not a dream house like a house I want, but a house that I visit in my dreams. And there's certain doors that lead to my subconscious mind. And there's also like, I noticed, if it's dark in a room, a lot of times that's, I'm entering my subconscious. And so, lucid dreaming, I can see, like I'll open a door and it's dark in there. I'm like, okay, this is my subconscious mind. And I can choose whether or not to go in and maybe turn on the lights and da-da-da. And a lot of times, honestly, like I'm just learning how to have that deep of control within the past like year or two, where I can turn on the lights or I can choose whether or not to go in. A lot of times I would just shut the door and be like, nope. Now I've started to venture into those dark rooms. And so if that sounds like vaguely familiar to you, that could be what this is talking about. I just got that. Will this help? I don't want it to be like obnoxiously bright. Kinda. Okay. Yeah, it's a little better. So yeah. So we have channel, mundane, dream, earth, and ecstasy. So we already talked about like a new passionate beginning. Dream, earth, mundane, channel. Upcoming energy, how to move through the energy, things to expect. I wish I had my little listy guy of how I do these readings. I lost it. I was cleaning my office and I accidentally threw it away. So I'm just gonna go with the flow here. And I'm sorry guys, I know had I not taken a long break, I would be able to remember how I do this better. Anyway, sorry, my cat's hair. So channel, we already talked about you guys going online, going live, awakening, for real, tapping into your psychic gifts, into your healing modalities, all of that kind of stuff. It doesn't necessarily have to be psychic, anything. It could just be you tapping back into what your personal spirituality and connectivity looks like. Excuse me. I do believe we all have psychic abilities. We absolutely do. We're all spiritual. We're all connected to each other and to God. And so we all have that ability, but some of us are meant to do our own, version of it. You might be a reader, or you might be a Reiki healer. You might do, lead meditations or whatever. But that's opening up, and I really for real feel a lot of you guys are coming online and you're gonna start receiving some downloads, maybe learning to trust that and discern what is a download as well, because it can be confusing, it comes in your own voice a lot of the time, but it's maybe a different tone, a different energy, and you can tell that's not quite you. Why would I think that? Well, that's random. It might go against what you're feeling and thinking as well. That's a good indicator that it's being channeled. Excuse me. So pay attention to that. You might get some channeled messages this week. Write them down. And again, pay attention to your dreams. That subconscious energy is coming through strong. You really need to pay attention, because that could be too, when it comes to transmuting this energy here, that could help you to discern and can be a huge indicator of what you are needing to let go of over here so that you can move forward. So write it down, whatever it is, one word, the color red, a sock, whatever it is, Google that, spiritual meaning of this in a dream. There will be paragraphs. I don't care what it is. It could be one thing, like I said, a smell, whatever. So pay attention. We also have mundane. I've not gotten this card before, I don't think. I don't remember. But mundane, this talks about things that are just, I don't know, this gives me boring, or just it's not necessary when I think about things that are mundane. Just let me look this up really quick. Lacking interest or excitement, dull. Yeah, okay. Just want to make sure. So this is giving me it says mundane, but this imagery of the planet and the hand with the eagles flying around, it's this is a release of energy, that radiation, what looks like to me to be a moon. This is giving me this energy here as well. It's like an echo. It's releasing what's mundane. If you know something is not making you happy, it doesn't excite you, and you're just doing it because you feel like you have to, or because somebody else is expecting you to, it's time to release that and fly with all these eagles around here. Again, with the subconscious mind, because we have this fucking moon surrounded by that burst of light. It's releasing what is inside of you, your real feelings, your real beliefs, the things that you maybe don't want to look at but need to be looked at and transmuted. This year is the year that shit comes out, collective. It's time for us all to fly. It's time for us all to break free like the eagle. Eagles are predators, and they're powerful. So this is really going after what you want and knowing that you have the power to do so. You just got to take off. We got to take off, guys. And we got dream. Same thing. Eagles. We also have Saturn. Yeah, this is letting go of limitations, letting go of rules and responsibilities. Who gives a fuck, you know? Like, really, start giving a fuck about yourself so much that other people's opinions don't matter. That's what we have to start doing. Dream, follow them, follow your dreams, let go of what other people think, what other people expect. With all these eyes, too, it's giving like eyes are gonna be on you. Like, you're meant to fly, you're meant to be seen, you're meant to be a star, you're meant to be out here, obvious, doing your shit, living your truth. These eyes too are reminding me of the biblically accurate angel. It's giving me that. It's definitely giving me like protection. It's like Spirit's not gonna let you fall if you jump. He's gonna catch you. You're gonna be caught. You're gonna be lifted up. You're being protected. You're not being watched just by your haters. You're being watched by people who want to see you succeed too, and people who want to help you. Entities that want to help you. And so, like, stop sleeping on yourself. Stop. We got Earth. We got this lion, confidence, courage, ego, but in a healthy way. Just knowing, like, you can know you're the shit and still be humble about it. It's not about, like, walking around like, oh, look at me, I'm great. It's about showing up and being confident in what you have to say and what you have to offer to other people, and knowing that you did the work and you did the research and you know what the fuck you're talking about. That's that ego. It's not about being better than anybody else. It's about just knowing who you are and having enough faith in that you can show up and be your true self. Earth. This is giving me too, like, you know, Earth is a classroom. I feel like, you know, many of us have heard that, you know, in a spiritual way, you know, we come here to learn. We come here to evolve. That's why time and evolution exist here in this dimension and on this planet, so that we can grow and transform as a species, both physically and spiritually. And so this is giving me that. This is giving me, like, embrace what you came here to do with the word Earth. Like, you're no cub. You're the full fucking, like, you're the leader of the pride. Like, you are the leader of the pack. Look at that, too. He's got a smaller Earth under his paw. You might be really minimizing yourself. You might have been minimizing yourself your whole life. But, like, make this planet, make this reality your bitch. That's what I feel. That's what you're here to do. And again, it doesn't have to be this egotistical way of doing it. It's just a matter of being so confident and sure of yourself that you do whatever you want. You go after the things that you want, the opportunities. And you don't let anything hold you back. You erase the fear. Ecstasy. How many more eagles do we need until we get the point? Eagles and lions. We got all this Leo energy. We had a bunch of Leo energy in the last reading. It was like all wands. I believe we might have had the king and queen of wands. We definitely had the queen. But yeah, it's time to really fly, you guys. Ecstasy is giving me, like, you know, some people see that and they think like negative things like perversion or illegal drugs. I don't know, but this is giving me, ecstasy is giving me like what really feels good. Like, I think it's so important for us to find things that light us up, that make us feel passionate, that bring us real, lasting joy, not temporary, not throwing band-aids on anything. Like, these birds are flying and loving it. Free. Free, courageous, proud. This is really, like, guys, like I said, and this card too in the middle here, I love that this is in the middle. This card about where I said, you know, if you jump, you're gonna be caught. Don't be afraid to, like, take off. Because there's wind beneath your wings with this energy. God's not gonna let you fall. Spirit is with you. Go for the things that make you happy. Forget all this. On the other side of this is what you really want. Listen to your intuition. Write down your, oh shit, this says dreams. Write down your dreams. I probably noticed that earlier and forgot. But I'm saying, like, you guys already know what you want and what you're, I don't know, I did that again. What you're, you know, supposed to be doing out here. Stop letting other people or your fears stop you. Feel the fear and do it anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's see what else we got. We got a yes. Choose a new direction. Getting some more advice from Spirit, guys. Communicate clearly. There's something better. LOL and no. So here's what I got for you guys, but especially with this yes and no. Let's start there. What I'm getting is, okay, everything that you receive is a match to your energy and your actual truth. You might be trying to manifest one thing, but in reality, if you don't match that internally, if your heart, your body, mind, and soul are not aligned, going after the same thing, you're not going to get there. So what this is saying to me is, if you've been barking up the wrong tree in any of those 3 areas, you're not going to get what you are hoping for. But with this no, it's always, there's something better. There's always, there's something better. There's always something better when you get a no from Spirit. So don't fret over some shit not working out, because you might come to find, a lot of times we come to find in hindsight, when we think we really want something and then it doesn't work out, that we were choosing it for the wrong reasons anyway. That's not what we really wanted. Maybe at the time, circumstantially, we thought we did. But it's not the truth. It's not our inner truth. Our heart is not saying the same thing. And so, yeah, that's what that no is giving for me. It's like, don't worry, you know. Like, you might have been thinking going into this in the beginning, like, oh, am I going to get such and such a manifestation? And if that's what your heart doesn't want, if that's not what your soul is here to do and have, then no, that's not what's going to happen. If you just want that for going back to the line and the pride and the ego and if you want shit for the wrong reasons, you're not going to happen, or you're not going to have it, or it's not going to last if you get it. But alas, don't fret if you think you want something right now and it doesn't work out. It's not meant for you. That's just how that goes. And there is something better coming for you. So don't sweat it. What you really want and need, though, is coming. Again, unexpected energy here. There might be something coming to you that you have no fucking idea about. It doesn't make any sense. Like, or it will make sense once you receive it. But like, this is something you have no idea. I feel with this, yes, this is a blessing. Come in. You're meant to choose a new direction too. Again, with that, if your heart is not aligned. Guys, okay, here's what I'm getting. This whole message is just coming. It's just piecing itself together as I talk and really look at this. with that thing I said earlier, as far as you have to be aligned, body, mind, and soul, what I mean by that in this Communicate Clearly card is saying the same thing. When you're communicating a manifestation to the universe, manifestation isn't just writing it down in a journal, doing full moon rituals, hoping and praying and wishing. That's not what it is. It's very practical when done right. It's setting an intention. It's first of all, knowing who you really are and what you really want. Knowing your truth. Start there. And you don't have to know your whole truth, but start trying to find it. And then when you find a thing that aligns with that and you really want it, write it down so you don't forget. And then it's about forming a plan and then taking action. And it needs to be something that you're passionate about as well, like something that fuels your heart. We have this ecstasy card. It needs to be something that really makes you feel good and fuels you, gives you some energy, some fire to keep you going. It can't just be, I want $1 million, and it's just like, you don't do anything. Sure, you can have $1 million. What are you going to do to get it? Even if you win the lottery, you still have to buy a ticket. It's not just going to you're not just going to be a winner out of thin air. Right? So we have to take action. And I feel like that's what this Communicate Clearly and Choose a New Direction is. I feel like some of us are trying to bark up the wrong tree right now. And this death, this over here, this is that reset button. It's like, hey, skirt. It's putting you on the right path. And it's communicate clearly. Again, they all have to be, you have to want, and then also physically in the third dimension, go after things. And if you're not doing that, or if you want one thing one day and you want another thing one day, if what you're trying to manifest is based off of reaction to whatever circumstance is happening at that time, then you have to have your intentions aligned with the choices that you're making. And that's what brings forth the blessings. And so I think that this is what this is saying. Like, yes, you're going to get a blessing. It's not necessarily going to be what you are thinking, because maybe you are not, you're not meant to receive whatever this is over here. Something better is coming. You're being redirected with this death card. Communicate clearly. This too, like coming under the dream card, I feel like this communication is not just saying for you to communicate what you want clearly and make sure that it's true and aligned, but also that universe is not playing anymore, and you're going to get really clear direction this week about where you're meant to be and how you're meant to get there. So again, write your dreams down. If you meditate, come out of the meditation, take some notes. Even if you just have a random thought that, again, it may be in your voice, but it goes against maybe what you think or believe currently. Like, it could be something as simple as, if you're not a confident person and like you have a random thought that's just like, you're amazing. And you're just like, what? I don't think that about myself often. That's spirit trying to let you know who you really are. Heed that. Internalize that instead of all the negative shit that your peers try to say because they don't have their lives together. So yeah, guys, let's get into the seed and sickle. Let's see what the closing message is for you guys. Ooh, okay, we got 2. We got, 3. Okay. You know what? Go with it. We got oleander, chickweed, and jasmine. 2 snakes. Excuse me, and you have a black one and a white one. That's interesting. We got the same, like, repeating symbolism of duality and choices. And it's like, who are you going to choose? Like, snakes grow and they transform and they shed and they, they're essentially like reborn. They're not reborn, but like they shed. And they get new skin, or they have new skin underneath. And it's like, it's almost giving like the symbolism is like, where are you, what garden are you watering? Are you watering your light, or are you watering the darkness? So let's get into the messages in the book. I chose dawn That's my energy today. We're definitely moving into a new day, a new dawn. And so this felt very on trend for how I feel today. So let's get into this. Oleander. We got this at in another reading. Oleander. A Louisiana servant thought that she could win favor by sickening her employees with a cake of oleander and then nursing them back to health. Unfortunately, she accidentally murdered them instead. Learn from her story and think your plans through fully before enacting them. You may think you can come out on top by acting the hero in a situation that you've sabotaged, but stop for a moment and question whether you should. Things can go wrong in ways you may never have expected. And so again, I feel like that's what this choose a new direction. It's like just repetitive, guys. Choose a new direction. Think things through. Make sure that you are communicating clearly with the universe and yourself about what you want, because you could be thinking you're doing something, you know, when you're going about something in the right way, and then you realize that you definitely should have thought that through a little bit more before you just up and did that ish. And so just take a beat, guys. Really listen, tune into your heart and your soul. Take your time too. Like, there is no rush with this energy. We don't have any knights here in this reading. There's no rush for you to get to this new place, for you to be this new person. Like, give yourself time to transform. Give yourself time to grow. Bite-sized baby steps. Nobody's expecting like this overnight transformation. It takes time to process. It takes time to heal. It takes time to change. So don't rush. No rushing. Then we have chickweed. In Japan, chickweed is seen as lucky and is included in a dish prepared for the festival of Nanakusa no Sekku, the festival of 7 herbs. Chickweed and other early herbs are gathered on the morning of January 7th and prepared whilst reciting a prayer for good luck. That's in 2 days. New growth is fast to appear at the beginning of spring, and the first green leaves are a good omen of things to come. A period of waiting is over. Results are starting to appear. Fortune's blessings will soon be yours. 100. Look at, man, okay, if this aligns with this, because this right here, this oleander is definitely giving the choose a new direction and the releasing of all this. And then this chickweed is definitely talking about this new blessings and things coming in. So I don't know. New growth is fast to appear at the beginning of spring, and the first green leaves are a good omen of things to come. Also looking at, yeah, this Ace of Wands, these little sprouts is what they represent. It's seeds that are sprouting. Your wait is over. This Death card. My husband's coming in, so there's gonna be a little bit of noise. You can come in, babe. Hold on, guys. Sorry.
Oh, can I?
Yeah, I forgot I launched the part. I'm just finishing.
Can I come in because?
Alright, last card is Jasmine. Let's see what it says. You've taken some good initial steps on your journey, but you're starting to flounder. Perhaps you feel as though you could have set out in a different direction, or others are calling you foolish for doing things the wrong way. But you chose this path for a reason. Jasmine always grows exactly where it's meant to, and so do you. Know exactly where you're going and why. Don't let your doubts or the scorn of others make you question yourself. Yeah, this is definitely giving this same, like, where is he? Earth. We have this like ego, pride, whatever. Well, not ego, healthy ego, pride, confidence, and courage, and knowing that you are doing what you're meant to do and not allowing other people's opinions or beliefs to affect how you move or what you choose for yourself. It's none of their fucking business. And we all have our own purpose and journey that we're here to fulfill and to navigate. And other people love to insert themselves into other people's lives and say what they think about it when they have no idea what they're talking about, or when they've limited themselves because of their own personal experience. But that has nothing to do with you, collective. So know that whatever you're choosing for yourself, whatever path this is, be it unconventional or whatever, especially with this like high priestess energy, and I was talking about channeling and, you know, maybe gifts opening and you know, you might be, you know, from a community or family that doesn't understand or support those things or those beliefs. Don't let that stop you from fulfilling your purpose and from finding your happiness and from doing the things that you really want to do just because somebody else might not like it. It's not for them. It's your gift and it's your life. So again, with this oleander, really consider what you're choosing and why. Don't choose things for other people. Really tune into what you want for yourself, where you want to go, where you want to be. Make a plan and take action behind your plan. That will bring you your manifestations. You have to take some action. You can't just do nothing. It's not how it works. And yeah, with the chickweed, your blessings are definitely about to start pouring in. And these blessings too are a result of you living your truth. They're not going to come if you continue to deny who you really are and not step up into that fully. So this is about really releasing with the snake energy to let that shit go, like for real. You're not supposed to be there anymore. You've outgrown it. You've outgrown this energy. Maybe people, maybe a place, a job, a belief. Again, like, could be anything, but let it go. If it's not serving you, the pain of the ending is going to be nothing compared to the pain of holding on to stuff that doesn't serve you. It's not meant to be in your life anymore. Now, I love that this is a knife here as well. And on the Jasmine card, like it's like the final energy is honoring yourself and cutting everything else out. Transformation and letting go. And so, yeah, guys, that is the message for the week ahead. I hope you guys enjoyed this message. Please like and subscribe so that you can be notified when the next video goes up. If you have any questions or comments, let me know at the bottom. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Thank you for being here. I will see you next time. Bye.